Welcome to Ravinheart Renditions, and we're talking with Tim Charles from a Slice of Wood Workshop. How you doing, Tim?
Good, and yourself?
Good. So, I ended up giving Tim a call, or actually giving Tim a message on Twitter, just wondering what was going on with him, because part of it is, and we'll talk about that later, but on your site, you're doing a you design it, I build it kind of thing. I thought it was kind of interesting. And Tim's been on the chat room for the live cast quite a few times, and I think I sent you a book once too, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah. That's a great book too.
Cool. So you are located down south, and why don't you tell us a little bit about the shop you got down there?
Yeah, well, I live in North Carolina, right around the Greensboro area. My shop is a detached 16-foot by 16-foot shed, and it was once powered. I used to have table saws and all the power tools, and I just craved the power tools. But now things have changed in my life, and I've gone to more hand tools. So it's been an interesting change.
So do you still have the power tools, or did you hawk all them?
I still have my table saw.
Mm-hmm.
I sold my planer, and sometimes I wish I had it back. Just you need something just finished real quick. But there's a lot of benefits that I find without owning it. You always had to have a little bit extra length on the stuff, because for some reason I could never get my planer set when it caused that snipe.
Oh yeah, it takes forever to get that out of there, and I think once you have it set up, it knows after about 3 months to just put a little back in there at the end for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't ever get it set up right, and I tried all sorts of stuff, researched, asked about it, and but finally I ended up just selling it. So now I just use hand planes instead, which isn't a problem at all. It's kind of relaxing actually. So.
Mhm. Yeah, the hand plane stuff. I mean, I still fire up the planer and the drum sander and everything else and make a lot of noise down here, but there's something kind of zen about hitting the plane on a piece of wood.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And you talk to everybody, and they always say that the hand plane's always just. Nobody ever says ripping a 8-foot board with a handsaw is fun. But everybody's like, oh yeah, I don't mind hand planing. That's great.
Yeah, the ripping of the 8-foot board is fun when you start it right after you sharpened your saw, and then after the first few, you're like, "Oh, ain't this done yet?"
Yeah. I've found that out before.
So you do a lot of the stuff by hand now, and you do the sawing, you do the hand planes. So I remember talking to you a little bit about the saws. How many saws do you end up having down there now?
I've only got 2. When I first started getting into the hand tools, I still had my table saw. So I was cutting everything with the table saw, and then I went to Sears one day, and down here, I think all across the country they were shutting down the Sears shops.
Oh yeah.
So down here we have a mall that's kind of dwindling down a little bit, and their Sears is shutting down. So they had a sale on like everything, and I picked up a handsaw from there, and I've been using that. And then over here at my fire department, I actually was going through one of the storage closets and found an old, what is it? It's got to be like a Distant D8 or D10.
Oh, cool.
Something like that. And I asked my chief if he cared, and he said that I could keep it. So
yeah,
I still need to sharpen it. It's never been sharpened, but I haven't learned how to sharpen a saw yet, and I haven't tried to yet. So that's something that I'm looking forward to this coming year.
That's cool. Yeah, it's not that bad. Once you get your first one down, you're like, oh, this is wonderful. And a hand sharpened one, man, do those things cut like butter.
Yeah. Well, and I have I have a, I think it's 54-inch logging saw.
Oh, holy cow.
I think that's what you call it, like a 54-inch logging saw. And I can't remember what the tooth design was on it, but I actually brought that one and had sharpened that, and it cuts like a charm. I mean, it's crazy about how it was dull and how terrible it was cutting. And then you put a nice edge on all the teeth, and it just cuts like butter.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, they're when you end up getting them things sharp and a 54-inch, holy cow! What do you cut with that thing?
Some logs.
Yeah, I was gonna say some pretty big ones.
Yeah, I mean, I like the look of them too.
Yeah.
And I bought my dad a 2-person one. I found at a antique shop for $30.
Oh, cool.
I couldn't pass that up, so that got bought and sharpened, and we had to try it out. And I think he was going to hang his up more for decoration, but we ended up having to try it out, and he liked it. It wore him out, but but he liked it.
That's awesome. So your site, what's the exact address to your site again?
It is www.asliceofwoodworkshop.com.
Yep, and I always want to say asliceofwood.com, and I always forget to put the workshop on there, so I want to make sure that I got it right. But so,
yeah.
how long have you had your site up now?
I think since right about '09, and I started it, and I didn't really ever follow up with it. Like I think when I first started, it was an actual website where you had to have all your HTML codes and everything like that. And it just kind of got frustrating dealing with it, so I stopped it for a little bit. And then I want to say this past year, in 2011, I ended up finding WordPress and got involved with that and changed my whole thing over to like just a blog.
Yeah.
So I've really enjoyed that. I've been slacking on it here the past month or two, but it's been hard to update things, and with the school was out and stuff like that. But now that the kids are back in school, I'm trying to update a little bit more often.
Well, it happens to all of us between the kids going to school and work and everything else that goes on. We all end up slacking a little bit, but what I'm seeing out there is pretty cool. I love some of the projects. The idea that you let everybody know about switching from power to hand tool stuff, and the thing that, other than you signed up on my site and we've been talking off and on for a while here. The other thing that really caught it was you had this thing, and it was the you design it, I build it. And where did the idea for that come from?
Well, I don't really know. I have all this. Like a couple years ago, somebody on Craigslist had a deal where you could get all this oak lumber that was fresh cut, and it was like $20 for all this lumber. And so I was like, you know what, I'm really getting into woodworking. I'll go out and buy it. Well, at the time, I didn't know about how to store the lumber. I didn't know. I was green into it. I didn't know anything about storing it and everything like that. So I've had all this oak lumber, and most of it has warped. Well, no, it's all cupped.
Yeah.
And I can't really use it for much. So I was like, well, what can I do with it? And then one day I was like, why don't I just ask everybody what they think about it? And so that's kind of where the whole thing came in. I'm trying to get like all the little details, like where everybody can pick out the details and vote on it, and try to make it kind of custom, but to please everybody. Like the last one I did was about the drawer design.
Yep. Yeah.
Where I had 2 smaller drawers that made for more room. I believe you call it like the apron or the skirt around the front.
Yep.
Had more, what would you call it, like meat on the
Yeah,
actual skirt.
the apron or the whichever one you want to call it, that had more
Yeah,
surface showing. I remember seeing the picture too, where it was smaller drawers when you could see more of the apron, or you had the bigger ones and you know it kind of covered up most of that apron, almost like a face frame kind of thing. And
yeah.
well, before that even you had them pick what the project was even going to be too.
Oh, yeah. I think I left that up for. I put a little poll up on my website for it and asked asked for just whatever. And I had a bunch of ideas coming in, and then I put them all. I think I had like things like table, what do you call it, coffee table, hall table. Um, just hold on a second.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, so I had just asked for ideas, and I had things: coffee tables, hall table. Just I think I ended up having 8 different ideas given to me,
Mhm.
and so I posted them all on the website for people to vote on, and then the hall table is what had gotten chosen. I think, and my wife was happy. she was wanting a hall table anyway, so. And the viewers have been picking everything right to her liking as well.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Does she have the right to veto anything or?
No, no.
Oh.
And she's asked. She said, "Well, what if I don't like something?" I said, "This is for them to be involved in,
Yeah.
and if they choose something different, then they choose something different. We'll just have to deal with it." So,
It's a custom piece built off the internet. So the
yeah.
hall table one. What were some of the other things that you posted out there for people to put input on? I know the drawers was one of them, but you had some stuff before that too, didn't you?
Yeah, we had, let's see here. We had how many drawers there were, um, and then recently, I didn't really put a poll out on it,
Mhm.
but I kind of wanted to get input on whether or not what kind of like edging to put on it, because I've got molding planes,
Oh, okay.
and I picked 4 of the molding planes out that I had liked, and ran them across some boards and showed them as designs. But I never put it up as a poll,
Oh,
and
okay.
nobody really ever said anything about it. But I guess I need to get on that so that we can get that picked out.
We gotta get a profile for the edge, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I think we had I had how many drawers to put in, and people had the choices of no drawers, 1 drawer, or 2 drawers, and I mean, it was overwhelming with the 2 drawers. So we
Okay.
went with the 2 drawers.
Mhm.
And then somebody said, well, why don't you add a secret drawer into it?
No, that'd be cool.
So that's going to be thrown into it somewhere. I haven't designed where the drawer is actually going to go. So
That'd be kind of cool.
yeah,
I wanna see where you put that one.
yeah. I'm trying to think. I've seen some projects and stuff where people have different places they put their secret drawers. So I'm gonna do something like that soon. Get that drawn up.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, at one Woodworking in America that I went to, they had actually several people going over the like the secret compartments that they build into things, and one was they went through this whole desk that was just tons of them everywhere that you found these little secret compartments and these little things that it looked like it was completely built in and it moved out for a drawer behind it, and I'm like, holy cow, it's awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think where I've seen a really good um, like video on a secret drawer was on Roy Underhill. He had somebody on his show one time, and they were showing this. Maybe it was a jewelry cabinet, like case thing, and he had secret drawers coming out the back,
Oh
out the
yeah.
front, and had like a whole drawer come out, and then there was something behind that, and I was like, that's neat,
Yeah.
just to be able to stick drawers in there that nobody will know about.
That's awesome. So far you're down to a hall table. you've got the edge profile will end up being out there for people to get to put input on. You've got the drawers, the drawer design kind of picked out now, thanks to some input from some people. And
Yeah.
so what other kind of things are you going to end up putting out there?
Probably the leg design. It's a square table, so I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to want square legs, but they'll be able to choose to have them tapered,
Mm-hmm.
or keep them round. I've got maybe make them round with a design on them, something like that. And when I started, I told everybody there's no limit on the wood. I've got this oak here that I want to use up.
Mm-hmm.
But if I need to go buy some, then I'll go buy it.
Okay, that's cool.
So there's always the freedom in there to kind of choose something a little bit more.
Yeah.
But so far it's all. I started with one board, and then it was 2 cups. So I actually found a straighter board, and I just got the edges jointed on them the other day, and I'm going to be gluing them up probably this coming Monday so that they can dry.
Mm-hmm.
And get them all planed down, and then we'll start working on the edges of it, and then start building down.
That's cool. Well, I look forward to seeing some more stuff out there on that. I mean, and the you design it and I build it thing. It was just it caught my eye, and I think it's a pretty cool idea, and I hope everybody gets a chance to get out there, and we'll put the site address along with you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, and can they get that information from your site or?
For the designing it.
Well, for the
I'll be able to. Yeah, I've tried to keep everything even. I put stuff on my Facebook page a little bit more because I can do that from my phone.
Yeah.
But I try to make big updates on my actual website, and then I'll throw it on Twitter and Facebook so that people can see it all over the place.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, do do you have your Twitter and your Facebook information on your site, or?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
yeah.
and I'll throw it up on the screen here too when we do the video portion of this. So go and check out Tim's site and follow him on Facebook and Twitter and help him out with the build, and hopefully we'll get a few more after this one too.
Yeah, I'm hopefully trying to get one built before Christmas or right at Christmas, like a New Year's project. So
that'd be cool.
We'll see how well that goes.
That'd be awesome. So the same thing I got to do to everybody, the first time I have a chance to talk to you on a recording is I have to ask, how did you end up getting into woodworking in the first place?
Well, I mean, usually you hear, all my generations were carpenters, and I've been passed down and stuff, and I've kind of had the same way. My dad had a little workshop, and he didn't really build furniture or anything like that, but I still enjoyed going out there and tinkering around with whatever. You always had, as a kid, you always have like the little toy boxes that you get to pull some wood out and make little crafts or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, in high school, I took a carpentry class and really enjoyed that. And then I kind of went away from it and got into mechanics.
Oh.
And built up like a mechanic toolbox, and I was really leaning into that and really getting into working on cars and stuff. And then due to a job change, I ended up working with my sister's husband building houses. And from that point on, it's kind of, I've been always working around wood and really enjoyed it. And then when I got the job with the fire department, I had a little bit more free time, and I've really gotten into the woodworking, and I think it's really, really hit within like the past year and a half. I've really tried to learn as much as I can, and just advance my skills as best as possible. And then when I went from power to hand tools, I mean, it was like starting all over again. You know what I mean? So it's a totally different direction from one thing to the next.
Yeah, it is different. And they're both relaxing, and they're both a challenge in their own way, and it's fun to do either one. I'm glad I had the opportunity when I was younger to actually learn some of the stuff that I did. I didn't realize I was learning; it was work at the time, but I'm glad I learned it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know how that is.
Well, hey, I know you got you're still at work doing the firehouse thing, so I know you probably have plenty of other stuff to do, and I just wanted to make sure that we had a chance to talk to you about the you design it, I build it thing, and get the word out about your site. I hope a lot of people get a chance to come out and check it out. And thank you very much for your time, and we will hopefully get you on a live cast or talk to you again soon. Actually, when you wrap up the live and wrap up the you design it, I build it part. We'll have to have another talk. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it once it gets finished with some photos and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna sign off the recording part, and thanks a lot, Tim. You have a good one, and everybody get a chance to go and check out his site and put in your 2 cents.
All right, y'all. See y'all later.
Yeah, thanks, man.